Hey there, it's Dennis from BCTESLAGUY. In this video, I'm going to show you my favorite accessories that I purchased for my Tesla Model 3 Standard Range Plus. They're in no particular order, so let's get into it. I purchased my screen protector right away on the first week of ordering my car, and I just waited for it to show up and then had it in place to put it in right away. Now, I did create a video on it. The card's up here that you can check it out. Not too hard to do. I've got a glossy one. There's a lot of glare from it, and when I try and take pictures, it doesn't look all that good. So I've gone and purchased a matte one that I'm going to install on the weekend when it arrives, and so I'll put that video up as well. Cost I think 25 bucks to replace, to buy either matte or glossy screen protector. Lots of videos on YouTube how to do it, but if you watch my video, you'll see that it's basically put lots of tape to hold it in place, clean it, and then drop it, and then just swipe down the middle. It'll probably take me like 5 minutes to do the next one. But anyway, check out my video next weekend on the matte screen protector, and let me know what your thoughts are. I got the glossy one. It just seems a little bit of glare, so figure I'd try the matte one out. And again, I purchase all my accessories myself, so I do a lot of research, so we'll see how that goes. But I think the matte one's going to be the one that I'm going to want to keep. If not, then I'll just purchase another glossy one, the same one that I have, or try and put it back on. I don't know if that's even possible, but so I purchased the Aero Wheel Kit from Amazon because I don't like the looks of the Aero Wheel hubcaps that come with the car. They do increase your range, but I'm not sure that, I'm worried about range. I have plenty of range. I drive the car and then bring it home and charge it back up, so I'm not too worried about range. I've gone on lots of trips, and even, driving up to Kamloops, back through Kelowna, back to Merritt and Hope, without worrying about range. The cosmetic thing, they look pretty sharp as far as I'm concerned, and you can get ones, the center cap that has like a T, or the ones I purchased, they have like a 3 on it, and they do come with the lug black plastic covers, so when you do take off the rims, again, they're not that expensive, they're pretty easy to do. So I'd purchase those for cosmetic reasons only, not for any, they don't do anything special other than make the car look better. And I think the 3 just looks pretty sharp as well. So this one's a major one. When I first got my car, the night driving, I actually got out of my car and then went into my trunk, and I had some stuff in there, and I just couldn't see what was in there. The LEDs that come with the car are one single diode, so there's only 2 diodes to cover the entire back, and it's just not bright enough. And they also have them in the glove box, the center console, and then have them in the bottoms of the doors, and you can replace those with ones that are much brighter. So again, I purchased mine from Amazon. These lights have 6 diodes in them. They're super bright. When you open the door, it illuminates the entire ground there, so you're not getting into any, mud or dirt. You can actually see what's there. And in the trunk, when I open up the trunk, it's bright. You can see everything that's in there. If they had a couple more at the very deep part, it would be really nice, but with the 2 in there, it's pretty good. So I would go ahead and replace those right away. It's something pretty simple. You just got to do a couple things. So I've got a video up here again that I did the LED lights, and there's a couple things you got to look out for. So like the short cable that's there, and then when you open up the door, and take out the light, your window will move. At that point, you're not going to want to close the door because it could damage the window. So just be aware that when you unplug the light, the window is going to go up. And I always carry a single spare Tesla one in my car just in case one of these go faulty. But I've had it for over 6 months now. Again, not a problem with them at all. Fairly cheap. Again, it's a quick and easy upgrade. So I would go out and purchase new LED lights. I purchased my floor mats from Amazon for about $140. They're kind of weather form ones like the WeatherTechs, but they're not WeatherTech. They're also not the Tesla ones. If you can afford those, they're about $300, I believe. But these things, they're pretty good. There's one for the drivers, one for the passenger, and then one big piece that goes across the back. And they protect your carpet from snow, mud, rain, moisture, droppings and stuff like that. You can just pull them out, hose them off, dry them off, put them back in. I've done that, multiple times in my cleaning of the car. And the carpets are like immaculate still after like 6 months. Now, if you purchase a standard range plus, it doesn't come with any type of carpet mats or anything. If you do purchase a long range or performance, they do put carpet mats in there, but they're not going to protect it from the rain or the snows or mud even. So you almost have to pull those out and get WeatherTech or some type of one. So I can't remember the brand that I purchased, but I'll put the link in the description. Quite a few other people I know have the same ones, and they fit perfectly and they protect the carpet. So yeah, I would go ahead and order your floor mats right away as well. One of the things that I did purchase and install were mud flaps on my car, and they're the no drill ones. I purchased them from Amazon, and Tesla does have some mud flaps. I just don't like how they look. So you can check the ones that I purchased from Amazon in the link below. I also have a video up here that you can take a look at that outlines how I installed them. Again, they're pretty simple. There's little pop rivets that you just unplug, and then you snap it onto your fender, put the pop rivets back in. It'll probably take you 20 minutes to actually do the entire car. I have heard where it connects to the car, that clip area, that it rubs and it wears the paint off. But I've had mine on for 6 months already. I took one off the other day just to take a look at it. There's no damage at all. It seems to be just fine. So I'm not sure if it's an older design or not, but these seem to be working just fine. And again, they're about $25-30. They stop the rock chipping to happen on the rocker panels under the bottom part. They minimize the dirt and mud coming from the tires when you're turning, and they actually look pretty good. So yeah, I would purchase these as well. They do protect the under part there for your car. You could use PPF, but I think these look pretty good. I purchased my trunk floor mat from Amazon. The link's in the description. I purchased it because in my previous cars, the same back, kind of like carpet, but it's more felt kind of feeling on it. If you vacuum that up quite often, you end up like having like fur balls everywhere, and it just doesn't look good. So I went out and I purchased the trunk floor mat. Again, I can't remember how much it was. It wasn't a lot of money, definitely under $100, and it covers the entire floor, and it looks really good. Protects it from like any moisture and that, and then it also allows you to still open up the sub trunk area without problem. Just pick it up, look at it, and you can get access to everything. So it's not causing any issues there, and it's easy to clean. You just pull it out, hose it off, dry it off, and it's good to clean. So I'll put the link in the description for that one as well. Another thing that I purchased right away was the jack pads that you put in the holes underneath your car for when you're jacking up your car. So I bought them and just threw them in my trunk. In the back there beside, there's a little, on the left hand side, there's a little slot there for some space. So I put them there so that they're always in the car. If something were to go wrong and I needed someone to jack up my car, like a tow company or something, and they didn't have them, they wouldn't be able to jack up my car. So I carry them. They're like 20 bucks off of Amazon. I'll put the link in the description, but you should have them. It's kind of like having an air pump for pumping up your tires if you have a small leak, or those kind of first aid kits. It's something you should have in your car, especially if you're going on a long road trip here in British Columbia. There's a lot of rural areas, and I pretty well can guarantee you that the local tow company is not going to have those jack pads with them. And if you do need to get a flat fixed, they're gonna have to jack up the car. Now, I got it for another reason, which is I plan to rotate my own tires. I've got a jack at home. I've got a torque wrench and some tools to do this. So what I use it for is to jack up the one side and then remove both front end tires and just rotate them front to back. Now, Tesla does that for you as a service. It's about 50 bucks, I believe, but I can do it for free. It's an hour time on a weekend kind of thing. So that's why I purchased them. Plus I have them in the car for any long trips that I need. So they've already come in handy. I've done the tire rotation twice now, and I've gone on several road trips. I haven't had to use them, but it kind of feels good to have that safety margin there, where if I did need someone to jack up my car, they could do it. Because if you don't have those jack pads and they jack it up, there's potential for damaging the battery. And if you damage the battery, you're not covered by warranty. When I ordered my Tesla Model 3, I went right onto the Tesla website and I ordered the 1450 plug adapter. It's about $55 direct from Tesla, and it takes 1 to 2 weeks to get it. So it kind of goes in and out of stock. So I would go ahead and purchase that if you're installing a 1450 dryer outlet in your garage so that you can get level 2 charging speeds at home. That's about 45 to 50 kilometers per hour, or 25 to 30 miles per hour. That's more than enough for a daily commuter. And what it does is it allows you to charge at home at the cheapest rate possible for charging, because it costs more to charge at a supercharger. There are free level 2 chargers out there, but you also have to count your time. So the most convenient thing is to have a charger at home. And a lot of people, when they first get their Tesla, just use the 110 outlet. And I would recommend that you put in the level 2 1450 dryer outlet. So my trunk has a automatic trunk where I can open it up with the app or from the screen. It does have the motors. The 2021s allow it to open and close. But when you walk up to your car and you've got your hands full with stuff, I can't open the trunk. I have to put the stuff down and then press the button on the trunk. So Hansshow has a foot sensor upgrade for cars. And so I had Jeff from Teslafy install it for me. It was $180 installed, and definitely well worth it, because now I can go to the grocery store, walk up with my hands completely full, and just swipe underneath the bumper with my foot and the trunk will open. I can put the stuff in there and I can actually do that again and it will close. But it's more convenient just to press the button for closing, but it does allow me to close it. If I were to grab something that requires 2 hands and I need to close my trunk, I could still do that as well. So for $180 installed, took Jeff about an hour to do it for me, and Jeff has done other stuff for me as well. So highly recommend Jeff from Teslafy. I replaced the struts in my Frunk there so that when I unlock the Frunk, it pops all the way open instead of just unlatching. And I've got a video of that right here. It'll show it how it worked before and how it works afterwards. And those struts are pretty simple. That took me less than 3 to 4 minutes to pop off the two of them and put new ones on, and then that's it, it's done. And anybody could do it. It just takes a small screwdriver, and you just clip them off and clip them back on, and you're done with it. So for 20 bucks, I would jump on those right away. Now, in my video, I did outline that in cold weather, they'll pop up just like they did with the old ones. They just don't have the strength to lift up the hood in cold weather. But in normal weather, it works just fine, and I find them very handy. So this one's a bit controversial. Most people that purchase their car, they buy a car new, the dealership will try and upsell you on a paint protection package, which could range from 500 bucks to 1,500 bucks, depending on what package you actually purchase. But when you buy a Tesla, there's no option to get paint protection. They don't have anything like that at all. So you basically go ahead and you purchase the car, and from that point on, you're responsible. So you could go and, go to your own car guy and get it done. Now, paint protection, like a ceramic coating, can range about $1,000 and up. What I did was I ordered Adam's graphene ceramic coating from Amazon, the kit, and it was about 150 bucks. The link is in the description. And I didn't do any paint correction, but I did use a tar remover and a iron remover, and then I used the kit's prep solution to wipe off any film or anything, and then I just applied the ceramic coating as the instructions are, and it's really pretty simple. You're just gonna apply it in a crosshatch pattern in a 2x2 square and let it flash, and then you're gonna level it out, and then you're gonna just go ahead and buff it off with another cloth, and you're just gonna do that around the entire car. At that point, you can do like all the glass, headlights, all the trim, everything on the outside except for the rubber. So you can do the rims, and I have a video, you can check that out. It's up there on doing my rims. Now, what it's done for me is it's kind of locked the paint in the state that it was. So it wasn't perfect, and I'm not looking for a perfect finish. But what it did do is it locked it in there. It minimizes the swirl marks when I do wash my car. It stays really shiny. The water just beads off. It's been 6 months. I haven't seen any changes in it at all. So for the 150 bucks that I spent and the effort that I put into it was well worth it. I normally wax my cars, so now I haven't had to wax my car. I really just wash it with some quality Sud soap. I think it's from Adams as well. And then just rinse it off, and then I just get on the highway, and within a minute it's dry. I can just drive down the road and it's dry, and then I just wipe it off. It protects the paint from the swirl marks, and it really looks shiny when it's clean. So for 150 bucks, it's well worth it. As you can see, I've purchased a lot of accessories for my 2021 Tesla Model 3 Standard Range Plus, and I've had them for the majority of 6 months, and none of them have failed. They're all going just fine. I'm happy I did it. And there's still a few things that I want to get. So there's the console. It's really deep and unorganized, and when I did purchase my car, they didn't have any organizers for the 2021, but they do now. So I'm looking at, researching which one's the best one, and I'm going to purchase 1 or 2 of them and then try them out, and then let you guys know which one I think is the best. So I'll be doing that video sometime shortly. I'm just got to go ahead and find out which of the few that I want to try. But if you have any other suggestions or any questions or comments about accessories, feel free to leave a comment below, and be sure to like my video, subscribe to my channel, and ring that bell so that you'll be notified when I upload new videos.